Hello everyone, my name is Gia. Welcome back to another video. First, I would like to say thank you so much to Huion for sponsoring this video. As you saw, they kindly sent me their Kamvas Pro 13-inch 2.5K display tablet to review, and I'm now here to talk about the pros and cons. I would like to preface though that this is my first drawing tablet. I've been using my iPad to draw for many years, and this review will just consist of me comparing those two because I don't have another drawing tablet to compare it with. But I guess this review is great for artists who primarily use an iPad to draw and are thinking of getting a drawing tablet. So yeah, these are my thoughts. So first, the pros, and I'll start off with the size of the tablet. The screen itself is 13.3 inches diagonally, but the tablet itself as a whole, if you want the specific measurements, it's 14.5 inches in length and 9 inches in width. So to me, the size is perfect. One, because like I said, I've been using an iPad for many years and it's quite small. And so when I opened the tablet for the first time, to me this thing was huge. And two, I have a small desk. It can barely fit my laptop and the tablet, so if the tablet were to be any bigger, I think it would just take up too much space on my desk and it would be hard to work on. So to me, this size, 13-inch, is perfect. So the second pro, I would say, is the screen, specifically the laminated screen. I don't have a matte screen protector on my iPad. I just draw on the glass. I know that's a very popular thing to get if you use an iPad. You do buy like a matte screen protector to make it feel more like you're drawing on paper, but I don't have one, I just draw on the glass. But this tablet has a laminated screen. When I read that in the description of the tablet, I was really looking forward to trying it. Yeah, like I said, it feels really great to draw on. It feels like super buttery and smooth. It feels like I'm drawing on very smooth paper. And I think I prefer this over my iPad for sure. When it comes to sketching, I think I'll be doing most of my sketching on this from now on. Next are the shortcut keys, so the buttons. I was really looking forward to using the shortcut keys. There are 7 shortcut keys on the side of the screen with little tactile symbols on them. So you can tell the difference just by feeling the buttons. And I thought that was super neat. I didn't think I was going to use them at first because I'm used to not having shortcut keys. When I draw on my iPad, everything is done in gestures and there's already buttons on the screen that I can tap. So yeah, I didn't think I was going to use them, but I use them all the time. For example, I set the top key on the shortcut keys as my undo button, the little strawberry at the top, and you might see me in the video like click it constantly. So yeah, I use the shortcut keys all the time. So those are the 3 pros that I've gathered. Now for the cons. I just have 2. They're not that big of a deal. I actually found solutions to them. So the first con is about the buttons or the shortcut keys. I know I just talked about liking them, and I really do, but I noticed one con after using it for a couple days. If you noticed in the video, the buttons are the same color as the rest of the tablet. The tablet is black, and so the buttons are black. It makes the tablet look super seamless. You can barely tell the difference between the buttons and the rest of the tablet, which is, I guess, visually it looks nicer. However, this became a problem for me when I was using the tablet at night. It's very dark in my room, and I could just barely see the buttons. And even sometimes during the day, have the tablet set at a certain angle, I can just barely see the buttons, which became a problem for me. Although the shortcut keys are tactile, you can feel the difference just by just gliding your finger over them. But I feel like I can spot the keys better when I can visually see the difference between the tablet and the buttons. And so that's why I put stickers. That was my solution to this con. I just put stickers on the buttons. I have the buttons set to pair, so like the top 2 buttons are undo redo. The second to and last third buttons are zoom in, zoom out. And so rather than putting stickers on all of the buttons, I just put them on every other one because they're set in pairs. But for those who don't want to add stickers to their tablet, this may be a problem. And the second con I have, and again, I just talked about how much I like it, is the laminated screen. I noticed the second I turned it on, it looked like it had this noise filter on top of the screen. You can just barely see it on the video. And at first this was a problem for me. When I was sketching, it was fine. I noticed it, but it wasn't in the way. But then when I started picking out colors, that's when it became a problem. And this was a problem for a while. But I've been using the tablet now for a couple weeks, and yeah, I've gotten used to it. I think I prefer sketching on my tablet than my iPad because of the laminated screen. It just feels nicer to draw on. But I like painting and rendering more on my iPad. And I think if picking colors and rendering is an important part of your art process, this might be a problem. So yeah, those are my main cons. Now for some general stuff, some general comments about the tablet. For one, it's super slim. It's very lightweight, it's not too heavy. Oh, I didn't mention that the pen has two little buttons on the pen that you can use for shortcut keys. You might have saw in the unboxing that I opened this little donut. That's a little pen stand, but if you open it, there's extra nibs because it's a laminated screen. The nibs will wear down over time as you use the tablet. There's the standard nibs, which is in black, and the felt tip nibs in gray. I have used the felt tip nibs, and only after using it for I would say 30 minutes, I could start to notice it was getting a little bit sharp because it was wearing down from the screen. I could barely tell the difference, to be honest, but I quite like the standard nibs because I think it glides more on the screen a little bit better. It comes with a tablet stand as well, which I have been using and I've been absolutely loving. I think I will use the same tablet stand for my iPad when I draw on it. I don't have a tablet stand for my iPad. It has a foldable case, and if you fold it up, you can use it as a stand, which I've been using to draw, but I think I'll be using this instead. Also, I read on the website that you can actually use this as just a drawing tablet. If you hold the power button down, you can lower the brightness of the screen, and you can mirror it on your laptop or computer, and which I have not used yet, but I thought that's really cool. The colors on the tablet are really nice, but I noticed that when I would export the illustration on my phone just to test the colors, because I know that not all colors will look the same on every device, so I exported it and I noticed it looks super desaturated. I like the way the colors look on the tablet while I'm using it, but it's a little bit too saturated, which I have been messing with the settings. It looks great on camera, but I guess it's just another extra step that I have to do before I upload anything. And lastly, I'm not sure if this is the tablet's fault. I'm assuming it's probably my fault, but occasionally whenever I plug everything in, I plug in the tablet to my laptop, it would start blinking. Like the Huion logo would start blinking at me and it wouldn't connect. That was a problem when I was trying to connect it for the first time. I don't know if this is another problem for other people. I think it's just my fault. I'm not plugging it in correctly, or I don't know. It happens occasionally. It's not too big of a problem. It goes away after a minute. If I mess with the cords. And yeah, I think that's the review. The review is done. Overall, I really like this tablet. I really do. Although it sounded like I said more cons than pros. The pros really do outweigh the cons. I really love painting on this tablet. I have not used my iPad since I got this in the mail, and this illustration that I'm painting is, I think, one of my favorites recently. I really like how it turned out. And I think now for the rest of the video, I'll just be talking about the illustration and what I've been doing recently, just like a catch up on where I've been. For one, as you can see, I'm drawing Musa from Winx Club. I really love Musa. I think right now she's my favorite character. I grew up watching Winx Club when I was younger, and I think growing up I really liked Bloom, and I think maybe Stella. But right now I really like Musa. I like her color palette, and I've always wanted to draw her from her season 1 design with her pigtails. I don't normally paint multiple characters in one illustration because I find it difficult to make their faces consistent if it's the same character. This illustration took so long to make. I think one, because I'm reviewing a tablet that I've never used before and I'm just not used to drawing on it. That's one huge reason why it took so long. And also because there's multiple characters as well, so you can tell by the different camera angles that this was shot in different days and different times of the day. I was filming this during the last couple weeks of my quarter in school. Right now, as of recording this, it's finals week. My last final is tomorrow. It's my math final. And yeah, I've just been so busy with school, and actually that explains why I just have not been making any YouTube videos. I'm now in college, and it's taking up all my time. You will see this later on in the video, but I ended up scrapping the third pose, the one on the bottom left, to a different sketch because I was having a really hard time figuring out the composition of this. Having multiple characters in one illustration, I want to like position everything in a right spot that feels nice. And I sketched these out individually. I didn't think I was gonna like compile them together. It felt like they just didn't connect together very well. And I really didn't like the sketch on the bottom left. I tried rendering it. I might scrap that footage. I'm still currently editing this video as of recording this voiceover, but I switched it out for a different sketch that you'll see later on, which I like better. I think it just fits better. If you notice that like the initial sketch looks completely different than in the final illustration, then that's why. Because I'm using Clip Studio Paint, it doesn't have the brushes that I'm used to using in Procreate. I found some brushes that I downloaded from Photoshop, even though I didn't have a tablet to use it, but I downloaded a bunch of brushes from their store, and I'm using that here. I rendered like crazy on this illustration. I don't normally do that. I like to keep things a little bit messy, but I was just getting really into it, and I really liked cleaning up the edges and adding texture, and also because the line art was still a bit messy, I had to really rely on the rendering process to clean things up. I really had fun painting this, I really did. By the way, I'm recording this voiceover at like 6 in the morning, so you might hear some birds outside, which I guess is nice. It makes it more relaxing, I guess. Also, I want to say that when I was editing this video, I tried out something different, where rather than getting all the footage, I had like, I don't know, 8 hours of footage of me painting. Rather than just getting all of that footage and speeding them up, I decided to just leave it all in normal speed and then just cut out a bunch of the footage that I didn't think would be interesting to watch. So I only kept the interesting bits, like rendering the face, rendering the hair, adding like the sparkles on the dress, as you see here. All the other footage of me like cleaning up the edges and, I don't know, messing with the brushes, trying different brushes, I just left that out because I didn't think it would be interesting. I also left out me just zooming in and out. I do that all the time. So I don't know which one you guys prefer. I think I'll just like mix it around. I'll have some videos that are super sped up and you can see the entire process, and then other videos where I can just cut everything out. It depends on like how much footage I have and like my energy levels, but for this one I'm just cutting everything out and leaving it in normal speed. But let me know what you guys like. So what's really cool about this collaboration is Clip Studio Paint, the program that I'm using in this video, also reached out to me to do a collaboration. This was in January, I think it was like the last week of January actually, and Clip Studio Paint reached out first, and then Huion reached out. These are very separate collaborations, by the way, and when I saw the emails in my inbox, I was like, huh? What? I thought it was fake, first of all. I wasn't sure if I should accept the collaborations because I use an iPad to draw. I don't know how to draw on a tablet. I don't know how to use Clip Studio Paint, and then I realized, like, wait, this is a great opportunity for me to learn. So yeah, this is still a bit surreal to me. I didn't know this was ever going to happen. I didn't know like my art was worthy enough to collab with like two really huge companies that I know a lot of artists use, Clip Studio Paint and Huion. So yeah, it was really cool. I'm very grateful. I'm not sure what else to talk about. Oh, I know. I have a new setup. I have new equipment. I have been saving up money for better like filming equipment. I got two tripods, or they're not tripods, they're like camera mounts. Both of them you can attach to your table, but one is an arm where you can it bends, and I see them everywhere. And the other one is bendy, you can like twist it. I use the twisty one a lot for this video. And also, I have a new microphone! I didn't film the unboxing for these because I was a bit burnt out from YouTube, and sometimes I'm like, you know, I don't have to film everything that I buy online. I'm still getting used to using this equipment, so I hope in future videos you can tell the difference. Okay, so now I ran out of things to talk about. I think at this point we're reaching the end of the video, I hope. Yeah, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I had a lot of fun editing this video. So yeah, bye!